Hey guys, it's Lynk Plays Games. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to our life. So, we just did Grown Up, where we pretended to be grown-ups. And right at the end, I told you if you're watching this as a series, stretch, hydrate before you dehydrate. I want to take a second. I'm not sponsored, but I have to share this with you guys because I'm not a water drinker. I can't drink plain water. It makes me sick to my stomach to drink like unflavored normal water, I guess. I've tried cold, I've tried hot, I've tried room temp. I can't do it. It's got to have some kind of flavor to it. And I don't like flavor packets because there's so much sugar and chemicals in it. Now, don't get me wrong, this has got some chemicals in it, I'm sure. It's got some citric acid and potassium and aspartame and natural flavor and a couple other things. But these are the clear American waters from Walmart. This is the red, white, and blue pop one. Try to see if you guys can see it a little bit better. This is my favorite flavor. One of my favorites. I'm tied between this one and the blue raspberry, or sometimes the cherry limeade one. But yeah, just thought I should share that with you guys. If you don't like regular water, this is pretty good. It's got no sugars in it, just a lot of potassium, which is very good for you, especially if you have muscle cramps and muscle aches. But no sugars, no carbs, 0 calories per serving, but technically 10 calories per container. Don't know how that works. That math don't math, right? But considering there's 3 servings per container, that would be 3 calories, 3.3 repeating calories per serving. I actually learned something in math class. I didn't just sit there and copy homework. I mostly did that. Anyways, so let's get into this. Let's get into the long day. It was another scorching summer day, the kind when no sooner had you finished 1 cup of water, you were already filling it up again. Everyone else had something going on, so that afternoon it was just you and Silo. This didn't happen much, especially since Cove had arrived. Without Lizzie around, Silo looked to you for all the answers. It made you feel... It's kind of frustrating when people look at me for answers, because I'm not a very social person. I don't go out and do much. I don't know. I don't like coming up with ideas, because if someone doesn't want to do that idea, then I feel bad that I came up with a bad idea. But like in the sense of like, if I'm within a friend group, I typically know what people like to do and don't like to do, so it doesn't really bother me to spitball some ideas out. I just don't want to be responsible for all the answers. But I'm gonna say nothing really, because it doesn't really please me. It doesn't necessarily frustrate me unless I'm, choosing absolutely everything. Silo went along with whatever you wanted, so he wasn't a bother, but he also wasn't that much fun. Exactly. You drained yet another drink and frowned at the empty vessel. Your thirst was gone, but you craved something icy cold and refreshing, something sweet like a popsicle, ice cream sandwich, or an ice cream cone. Okay, usually I would say ice cream cone because I love ice cream cones. But here lately I've been like obsessed with ice cream sandwiches. My mom's got them in the freezer upstairs and she doesn't know that I realize that they're there or that I've been taking them. So, we ain't gonna tell her, right? You craved a soft ice cream sandwich between 2 cookies. There was nothing to be found at home, but you knew that without needing to look, your moms didn't keep sweets in the house. Outside there was plenty of places where such goodies could be obtained, but they were shops and demanded payment in exchange for products. You sighed. As much as you really wanted that treat, it wasn't going to happen. What's wrong? I want an ice cream sandwich. Silo, who had draped over the sofa, perked up.
Yeah.
That sounds good. We don't have any here and I don't have any money. Ooh, let me check if I have any. Silo rummaged through his backpack and proudly produced an assortment of coins, plus one stray button. Of course he'd have one stray button. It's Silo. He looks like the type that would have just random stuff like that, you know? You set the button aside and counted the coins in neat piles. Just over $1. You announced this to Silo. He had almost certainly come to the same conclusion, but he had been watching you expectantly. It's a start. Silo beamed at you. We'll need to find some more. Okay. The two of you lifted up couch cushions and stuck tiny hands down in deep crevices in the sofa. Most of what you found was useless or gross, bent paper clips, fluffy wisp of dust, or sandy crumbs, but every so often you would strike silver or bronze and add it to the growing pile of coins. Dusty and disheveled from checking every room and squinting into every nook, the two of you finished pulling your finds. Silo held his breath as you counted the coins again. $2.53 and 2 buttons. You didn't know when the second button had decided to join the party, but you were too pleased with your successful haul to throw it out. Is that enough? You figured he knew the answer without looking to you for confirmation, but the thrill of your success and the reward that would follow canceled out any other feelings you might have had about that. Yeah. You could definitely afford something at those shops, just one thing, but that was infinitely better than none. Silo clapped his hands. The two of you dashed outside and promise of sugar, something you on to your destination. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Hold on. We're gonna have a little bit of ELA here. Okay, because I need to know how to pronounce it. I don't like being uneducated in things. Okay, so what it looks like is buoyed. Buoyed? Hold on. Buoyed? The promise of sugar buoyed? Boy. I'm hard of hearing, guys. Hold on. Buoyed. The promise of sugar buoyed you to your destination. I've learned a new word today. See, this is my point I make. You always can learn something new in a day. And it's always a good day when you learn something new. Anyways, breathless but happy, you stared at the overwhelming number of options. Why are you so loud, sir? I don't know why my laptop's a sir, but it is. Yep, I'm going with it. Let me pull my microphone away from it a bit more. Maybe I'm a bit louder, and that's gonna help. And sorry, my camera keeps shaking. It is not stable, but neither am I. I'm kidding. But anyways, you knew what you wanted, but it wasn't just you who had to contribute to the funds to get the treat. Aren't you getting an ice cream sandwich? Silo asked as though he was entirely separate from the decision, rather than someone with a stake in the outcome. Do you mind? Silo cocked his head to the side. It was your idea, so you should choose. Try to get something that we both want anyway. It wasn't fair for you to be the only one to decide when he'd been a main factor in making this happen. Some of the money came directly from his backpack. What do you like? All of them, they're so good. We pressed further. But what do you really like? Popsicles or ice cream? Which is your favorite? Oh, it's so hard to pick, I don't know. Frustrated, you cut to the heart of the matter. You want me to choose? Yeah, And that was that. You got the dessert you wanted originally and hoped Silo would actually like it too. Finally, the reward for all your hard work was in your hands. You bit the ice cream sandwich. The chewy chocolate biscuit complemented the creamy vanilla ice cream inside. That sounds so good right now. Guys, tell me don't sneak upstairs at 2 a.m. to go steal an ice cream sandwich just to eat it. Somebody tell me don't. Tell me stop. This is why they put me on weight loss medication. I started that today, and it's not working with curbing my appetite, but I only took half a pill, which is what they told me to do at first, till I knew how it would affect me. And apparently, half does nothing, so whole one will be taken tomorrow, because I am sitting here wanting a damn ice cream sandwich. You held it out to Silo so he could take a turn. He shook his head. You can finish it. He didn't want any. After everything he did to help get it, that was weird. Okay, that's where I hate that. He just gave me his money to buy an ice cream sandwich, and he's not even gonna take a bite of it? No sir, no ma'am, no ham. I would be so livid. I don't play that. If you help me with something, you're gonna reap some of the reward, or I'm gonna do something for you as a thank you. So I'm gonna try to include Silo. Even if Silo said it was okay, every story you'd seen on TV or read in a book said that sharing was caring. You stood your ground, even as the treats started to trickle dangerously towards your fingers. It's only fair that you have some. We both bought it. But you want it more than I do, and getting to play was a lot fun already. You could have it. That's more fair. You held it out to him. I want you to have some even more than I want to finish it, so eat your part. Relenting, Silo took the treat and gave it a taste. His eyes lit up. It's really good, thank you. You smiled, pleased with your good deed. You picked the best one. Did he mean that? Silo was always nice no matter what happened. Even if he hated it, you knew he wouldn't say so. Maybe he thought it was gross, and that was the real reason why he didn't want to take some. You had no idea. You studied him as he ate a little more. He had every appearance of enjoying himself. Still weird. He's still weird. A little bit. Because what kind of kid says no to sharing ice cream with somebody? Like, if you have ice cream, that kid expects you to share it, if not hand the whole thing over. The two of you began to head back home as he ate. Mind you, I've got 2 younger siblings, and then I've got a handful of nieces and nephews. So yeah, I'm a little qualified to know that a kid will definitely take the candy, the ice cream, the cake. It don't matter. You could literally be biting into that damn thing, and they're gonna smack you across the face and take it from you and eat it themselves. Kids are mean. You walk side by side on the shore in silence, but your thoughts keep drifting to the boy beside you. Why didn't he speak up for himself? It was almost as if Silo didn't know how to say what he felt, or was too afraid to. Are we friends? Silo opened his eyes wide, seemingly caught off guard by the blank question. Yeah, I think so. He says that, but friends should be able to talk to each other without being scared. If Silo couldn't do that, were you even really friends at all? He rubbed his hands together nervously over your non-reaction. I'm sorry. You weren't sure how sorry he could be without knowing what he's even apologizing for, but you shook your head. You didn't do anything. It was true, Silo hadn't done something mean. He'd gone out of his way to make you happy. That didn't seem like it should be a bad thing, yet it bothered you. I just don't know if you like me. It's like it doesn't matter what I do, you're gonna act the same. I could be anybody and you wouldn't care. No, I like you. I really, really like you, Lynk. I want to be friends. Okay. You smiled hesitantly at him. His fidgeting ceased. Even though you weren't sure if you believed him, this was only making things worse. You decided that maybe there were all different types of friends. If Silo wasn't able to do things differently, this would have to be alright. Silo made you unsure about setting a label on the experience of spending the afternoon with him. There had been good times and there had been confusing ones. You were positive of one thing at least. The treat was delicious and that was nice.